Hey there, Kevin. Thank you so much for ordering a reading. I really appreciate it. So what we are going to do for you is we are going to answer your questions first, and then we are going to look at some messages for you for the eclipse that will be happening on Monday. So definitely something to look forward to. But anyway, you say here, I know it is quickly approaching time for me to resign from my current job. What direction should I head towards for my new career? I have absolutely no idea or training. Maybe if a direction can be seen, I can at least start studying and preparing. Amazing time to study and amazing time to prepare. Amazing time to figure all of that out. I wouldn't leave yet, by the way. I would wait until at least after September 5th, because I think you'll have a better idea. But there's no surprise that you are thinking about leaving because we have the eclipse. Whenever we have an eclipse, we think about leaving things. We leave things. We make changes. We eclipse things out of our lives. So let's see what is going on for you. Also, remember at the end, again, we'll be getting some messages, for the eclipse itself. So that will probably tell us more stuff as well. Your first card, starting your own thing. Doing your own thing, stepping off on your own path. Definitely. So let's see what we have coming up for you. I love that card as well. Having a lot of talents, being very interested in things as well. You start with the Ace of Diamonds. Needing to follow your heart, needing to follow your passions, doing something that you've always wanted to do that you are afraid to do. Yes, that's what I would do. So Ace of Diamonds is a card of needing to face your fears. Like I said, I don't have it here. I pointed over here. I have a table over here that I spread the cards out on, and I normally have my tarot deck here, which I don't know where it is actually, but on one of the tarot cards, there's a dragon guarding the Ace of Pentacles, and that represents needing to face your fears to get this big pentacle right here. So needing to do something you've always wanted to do, maybe something that you're passionate about, maybe something, maybe something based off of a hobby or something that you've always wanted to do. I think that would be a good idea. I think it's an amazing time right now in particular is an amazing time to start a passion-based business just because of the astrology, all the things that we have going on. It really rewards, doing something like that. So I would definitely look into that. Next, you have the Five of Hearts. Amazing card for starting something new. Again, Five of Hearts normally represents jealousy. However, in your situation here, it just could represent, again, something new. Again, fives just represent new. They just represent starting something new, thinking about starting something new. All of those types of things. Next, you have the Eight of Clubs, a very interesting card. It does represent climbing a mountain, having some challenges and, doing some things, needing to, again, face fears and, all this other stuff. But it can be a very successful card as well. It can represent things like marketing, by the way, selling, anything like that, and even anything creative. Like, marketing is kind of creative because you have to think and plan and what you're going to do and all this other stuff. So it kind of rewards those types of businesses, like marketing, selling. Again, that's like the best. That's what's popping into my head. So anything like that could be very beneficial for you. This card does say you'll have to learn, you'll have to learn some things, but, marketing or sales, could be a very good, kind of like a good direction for you to go in, for sure. And it's also a card of needing to market yourself. You also have the Joker, which is also a card of needing to sell yourself, needing to sell you. So anything you can do to increase your charisma, again, not that you're not charismatic or anything like that, but again, anything helps, right? Anything we can do to make ourselves better always kind of helps, right? So any of those changes you could make to yourself would also be beneficial. Next, you have the Three of Hearts. As I always say, this card I just call an indicator card. To me, it doesn't have a meaning. To me, it just represents positivity, like good things happening. To me, when it shows up in a reading, it just says that things are going to go in a more positive direction. Next, you have the Joker, multi-talented, having a lot of talents, and also being interested in a lot of things. Joker people usually get bored if they're doing the same thing over and over and over again. They need variety. They need to be challenged as well, and they also need a job where they're not doing the same thing over and over and over again. I always say, Jokers are definitely great at sales, because things are always different. You're always having having to sell in a different way. You always have to, your brain is always going. Joker people, usually their brains are always like spinning, you know, thinking about things. They also make great cops, by the way, because, you know, or even like firemen or EMTs and things like that, because, you know, you never know what you're going to encounter, you know. It can be a little bit boring because, you know, there's tons of paperwork in all of those professions for jokers, but again, still, it's different. You know, there's different things going on every day. But yeah, like I said, also very good at marketing. Also great for if you've ever wanted to have your own business, have a side business or something like that. Amazing card for doing that. And finally, you have the Nine of Hearts, getting something you want, getting something you wish for. It's just simply a wish card of wishes coming true for you. So definitely a very good card here. And let's see what else. It can represent realizing a dream. Again, following some sort of passion. So again, if you have some sort of passion, something that you're passionate about, some sort of field or some sort of hobby even that you would like to turn into a business, or, you know, if you could get a job working in one of your hobbies, you know, now is the time to do it, for sure. So that is where I would be looking if I were you at this time. Because again, I think that things that you're passionate about are going to be rewarded right now. This eclipse has a lot to do with passion, things that we're passionate about, things we want to do. So now, like I said, now is the time to do it. Next, you have your next question is love. Is a relationship in my future? It's been a while since I had a relationship. I'd say yeah. I think a lot of people have been waiting. I think a lot of people are waiting for relationships, things like that. I do think that they are going to be, you know, coming in for us, which is nice. But let's see what we get for you here as far as relationships are concerned. Oops. Let's see here. Relationships. Yeah. Six of Hearts, turnaround of energy, which I like to see, I should say. Let's see here. Yeah, you have the Six of Hearts. Six of Hearts represents a turnaround in energy, a time where you've tried to do things in the past, like maybe start a relationship, and they haven't worked out, and now kind of like having a new relationship coming in. Also can represent karmic relationships, which are just like relationships maybe from past lives, or you know, relationships that you agreed to be in before you came here to this earth, basically, if that makes sense. So yeah, it can represent that. But very good card for love, by the way. Very good card for relationships coming in. Next, you have the Four of Clubs, represents future commitments. So yeah, you know, definitely can represent relationships coming in very soon. You know, over the next, you know, few months here, especially if you try. You have cards of like needing to get out there and things like that. Like I said, the problem for the next like 2 years is that if you want to be in a relationship, you have to go and get it. There's no other way around it. People keep asking me, you know, can I, you know, online date and things like that. I'm like, yeah, sure, but you know, you have to be more aggressive than maybe you could have been in the past, you know, or you know, again, even better is like going out, doing things that you enjoy doing and meeting somebody while you are out. So again, you definitely need to leave the home. You know, needing to try, needing to talk to people, all sorts of things like that, because again, that's what the universe is making us do right now. So again, if we want something, we have to go talk to people. There's no way around it. Next, we have the Five of Hearts. Again, could represent birth of a relationship, new relationship coming in for you. So definitely a very good card there. Next, you have the King of Diamonds. I think that in some ways this is you, just your like kind of like a grounded energy coming in for you at this time. And I think it's also saying that you will be very grounded during this time. You will have like a lot of earthy energy to you, which I think could be a good thing as well. Not only that, in some card reading systems, this card is called the soulmate. So I do think that there could be soulmate level energy coming in to you as well. Next, you have the Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds represents an admirer, you know, somebody who is interested in you at this time. So there definitely could be somebody who's interested in you right now. And again, it can also represent meeting somebody through work. So again, maybe that you get the new job, and maybe you meet somebody at your new job, or you know, something like that. So I think that could be very, very interesting for you as well. And finally, you have the Nine of Diamonds. Yes, a very good card. It's the card of newness, the card of new things coming into your life, new energies, new ideas, new relationships, new changes in relationships, new changes in the relationships, and how you deal with relationships. It's just mostly a card of changes and changes in how you deal with things. It's funny because it can represent the ending of a relationship, but again, I think for you, it's ending of a period of time where there hasn't been a relationship, ending of that, you know what I mean? So I definitely like to see that for you as well. But I think it looks good. I don't think you'll be waiting much longer. But definitely, you need to get out. Definitely need to try to talk to people and meet people and things like that. But let's see. I'm going to use my pocket oracle cards here for your messages for the eclipse. So let's see what else we get. As far as messages for your eclipse. For the eclipse, I should say, and let's see what we get coming up here. Definitely needing to face your fears and things like that. But let's keep going. I just want to see what else we have here. A lot of stuff cooking, needing to just allow a lot of luck too. You start off with the snake, needing to face your fears to get what you want. Snakes are, I keep telling people, snakes are dragons. What did I say about the Ace of Diamonds? It represents a dragon guarding your gold. It says you need to face your fears at this time because your fears are what is holding on to your gold. The things that you are afraid of are where your money is, are where your relationships are all these things. So needing to learn how to overcome your fears at this time. Next you have the broom, cleaning things out of your life, cleaning things up and making positive changes in your life. Like I said, this is actually a very positive card of cleaning things up in your life and kind of making those changes. It's also a card of trying to make something, trying to create really nice things in your life, I'm getting. So, trying to make something, maybe trying to clean a room in your house or, something like that could bring in some positive changes for you as well. Next, you have the water, and water represents travel or thinking about travel in the near future. As well. It also represents being able to change your energy as well, being able to transmute your energy that you have. So again, if maybe you're nervous or shy to go talk to people, to start a relationship, this is a card of needing to learn how to change that, needing to learn how to get over that, Trust me, I was somebody who, couldn't even open my mouth around people that I was interested in, and, I had to learn how to do it the hard way. And, like I said, I think just taking baby steps at this time towards what you want and just not being too hard on yourself is going to be very important. But this also represents sweeping changes, kind of like that broom card there represents big changes coming into your life after this eclipse, and it's a big one. So, I think that there could be a lot of changes coming in there. Next, you have the cauldron. For work, I think, is what this is coming up for you for, and I think it's you just putting all your ideas together, putting some ideas you have maybe for business ideas or, other work ideas and things that you might have at this time, and, I think that, kind of putting ideas together, thinking about what you really want to do in your life, could lead to a lot of very positive changes, as well. I think you also maybe, again, I think you need to look at the past, look at what you've always wanted to do, even if, you don't think you can make a lot of money at it or anything like that. Trust me, you can, and, I think that you could make a lot of money with certain ideas and things like that you have as far as business is concerned and things. And then you also have the hag here. This card kind of came out with the snake there. They kind of represent the same thing. They just represent fears, needing to overcome fears and needing to look at the fears that are stopping you from success. But then next you have the fish. The fish represents luck. A very lucky card, represents a lot of lucky changes coming into your life. Fish are considered super very lucky and fortunate, and they represent abundance and all of these other things. But I think also I'm kind of getting that message of, you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime type of deal. I think that I'm getting that kind of message in my head, if that makes sense. So I think that you need to look for a job that's more permanent, that is more, going to provide you with much more solid income and things like that. I feel like you are. Like I said, I feel like it's kind of like a different message. I think it's like you are, that you are finding that you will be finding something that's like much more permanent, much more secure, and things like that. And then finally we have the Crow, which is a card of being very resourceful, needing to put things together, kind of like that cauldron. Crows are the only animals that can think in steps, other than humans, of course. They have tested a lot of crows, and they can like solve complex puzzles and things like that. And they're one of the only birds and one of the only animals that can solve they can solve the most steps in a row. They can figure out how to put something together in a very complicated way, to get a treat, basically. And this is a card of like needing to do that in your own life, needing to look at like seemingly things that seem to be separate but actually could be together, and needing to figure that out. It's a very good card. I actually like crows. I think crows are very lucky, and can lead to a lot of luck and very positive changes in your life. So I definitely think this is something to look forward to. But I think you're going through a lot of changes, a lot of positivity. I definitely think that there will be fears that come up. I don't want to scare you with that, but I think that you'll easily be able to face them. I actually think you'll probably surprise yourself if you start facing your fears and start looking for other ways. I think that's what these two cards are saying. The cauldron is about like creating potions and things like that, and the crow is about being resourceful. So I think that these two cards are just saying to overcome your fears. You're just looking at them in one way. You just need to like kind of change the way that you look at things. And as one of my favorite Dr. Wayne Dyer, he used to say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That saying, when he said that, literally changed my life within a matter of months. When he said that, I saw him on talking on a video, and that's when I first heard that saying. And again, it changed my life in a matter of months. So definitely, I think that you need to change the way you look at things and kind of like switch those things, switch things up, make things that seem scary to you not scary, and all this other stuff. I know it sounds complicated, but again, I feel like for you, again, with that Ten of Clubs, it's about steps. It's about breaking it down into the tiniest little piece, breaking it down into the smallest little thing that you possibly could do. Again, I think maybe for a lot of people right now, because we have Saturn about to move into Capricorn, it's like we see these things we want, like a relationship, and we have like this big dream of what that relationship means, or what it could be. So we feel that pressure, when we want to go talk to somebody, and again, that stops us, or it causes some sort of like crazy thing in our head. But what I would encourage you to do is, again, take small steps to talk to people so that you could get into a relationship. Maybe just start with hi. Just simple stuff. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and I think things will go much better. So that's that. Hope that helps. Thank you so much, as always, and good luck.